A very favorite American TV series of mine is Friends. Friends is a very hugely popular show. Whenever we are growing up, even in like countries like India, here also in the middle class or upper middle class or rich class, large of them starts watching American series when they are maybe in their teenage, and major of them starts from the series Friends. I will be honest, I love that series. The nostalgia I get of watching that series is too good. The jokes, the gags, I love everything. But this is another assumption of mine, that is, shows like this kind of corrupts minds, corrupts brains. At least I think so, cause not every culture is same. I do believe that American culture is very open-minded, or even many of the Western countries, their people are very open-minded, and they have the right to. We should not shame them for having their own culture. But let's assume I am from India and I am not also from a major metropolitan city. I am from a town very close to a metropolitan city, but even in the city parts, a major of the chunks of area, people are not like what you will see in a show like Friends. What I mean by that is, even if they do the same stuff like the show has, they will do it in secret, and that is normalizing having sex among friends. Honestly, I always felt weird, a little bit weird. I mean, at least I thought so, and that is, you have sex with a friend and then in the next day you forget about it. And I kind of never comprehended the idea like that. How can that happen? How you are so great at forgetting about the person you just had sex, and that is also among friends, and also you are watching them every day? How can just you get over that? Also, I do believe that in a society like India or other cultures where people follow American shows, even a child like me will get to hear words like friend with benefits or hookup from a show like this. So I do believe many of these American shows do influence people of other cultures in believing absolute bullshit. And that is this type of relationships where you are hooking up with friends and the next day you forget it, or your wife turns out to be lesbian and then you sleep with as many women or as many men you want. I think it kind of felt like the shows were made so that people get more addicted to this sexual stuff more psychologically than ever. Even a small kid or a 14 or 15-year-old me watching that kind of generated the curiosity. What is a hookup, or what is friend with benefits? Even movies that they show, it's not like that American movies are being watched by American people, it is watched by people all over the world. So I do believe that many of these shows, directly or indirectly, not only promoted indecent standards of relationships and friendship, not only in America or Western countries, but also in cultures like India, Japan, Korea, Southeast Asian countries, or many African countries. I mean, normalizing having sex with friends, moms, or see, I'm not saying that I never enjoyed it. Of course, I enjoyed those gags, the films like American Pies, but at this point, I've started to understand that these shows and gags are funny and this gets into your head, and somehow this becomes a part of our habit and we start to think this as normal. Yeah, I'm not saying that people don't do this, people do this in real life, but they do it secretly. You are having sex with your friend, you won't, not sex, I mean hookup, I will say. You are having hookup with your friend, and I don't think you can just go and tell other people that you had just a one night stand with your friend. Of course that will be a secret. You cannot just tell everyone, because it's not like you are in a relationship that you are announcing it to the whole world. You are doing a thing that you know subconsciously is not right, and that's why it's secret. It won't be be a secret if you are right. I think American shows or Western shows do promoted some kind of indecency. No, I am not trying to be morally superior. I am not. See, this type of things do happen in society, but promoting these shows on a large scale made even a person like me know what friends with benefits are at a very young age. And when this type of concepts gets normalized, people think more about these sexual acts than actually thinking better of themselves. Even if they get better, they will think, oh, wish if I could do the same thing if I go to a bar and hook up with a random woman or man. This type of things it gives a kink, things which are not very natural. It gives us a kink, it gives us a itch to try it. Wish I could do it, wish I could do the same thing that they showed in the series, what they had shown. I wish I could do the same thing, and the reason they do is very psychological and subconscious, I mean unconscious in nature. And the thing is, this show is a hit show, so you think that maybe the people of America also do this stuff, and people of America are kind of the in the top hierarchy of cultures, the culture that they follow. See, they don't have any particular culture as if like religious or any type of particular food habits that they have, like maybe a Chinese or Japanese person may have. But the American culture is more of just what I will say the peak of capitalistic nature, where their food habits were manufactured by capitalistic people. If we look into that fact, that's their culture. And when it doesn't matter if they don't have follow particular religious culture, but they do have a impact on society. And when a person from New York is being shown as in this light, in this form, it in their brain they think that okay, this is the ultimate thing that the American person does as a normal in a normal way. So what if I do the same thing? What if I try to do the same thing? And when ideas like this becomes a collective thing or a collective way of thinking in a country like mine, people will go into this stuff. And the thing is, this is happening in a large number from the last decade, and I believe that the shows always wanted to do this. The society is corrupted, measured by how sexual the society is, and the more a society is sexually very open, I do believe that a society should be sexually matured. But I don't mean like sexual fantasies. When society is ruled by sexual fantasies and not maturity, society will ruin. And these are done, and this type of shows are made or funded by people so that they can introduce this to other world or maybe third world countries, where they will think of these fantasies as the ultimate and not getting better or making the people around them better. They will focus on things that don't matter, that doesn't matter, and they will do stuff which feels awesome to do, cause a person in America who is of the highest hierarchy is doing it as a normal way, in a normal way. And that will make that person want to try it out in their own city, maybe try it out in their own life, so that they can fulfill their fantasies. And I think in the last 10 years, or specifically like after 2020, it has increased, especially in countries like mine, where every weird thing that was there in Reddit has become so much normalized in urban elite circles. No, I do believe that I love the shows